How's it going, Rocket League Gamer? Today, the video goes out to absolutely all the low rank players out there. I'm telling you a lot of the tips that helped me rank up and get to high C3 and 2s and C2 and 3s, which is not a very high rank, but it's a lot of stuff that I overlooked when I was a lower rank, so I figured some of you would need to know it. Also, I'm uploading every single day in October, so, subscribe, like the video, and watch the whole video. I'd appreciate that. Enjoy. Alright, most of this list is Gamesense stuff that you have to look for around the field, but I do have one mechanical tip that I do want to show you. It's one of the most important things that I will ever tell you on this channel, so listen closely. When you hit supersonic, that is not your highest speed. You can hold boost for about 2 seconds, I think it is, after you hit supersonic to go 4.5% faster, which is not as useful as you'd imagine. So to keep yourself in supersonic without using any of your boost and conserve your boost while you're recovering, there's 2 different ways you can do this. One, after you hit supersonic, let go of boost and hold gas. Hold your drive forward button and you'll be supersonic infinitely, and you can turn a little bit, just not super sharp. I like to feather my left and right as lightly as possible if I want to make a turn. So if I want to hit this ball, I'll like that. And the other way, where if you get supersonic, you can hold power slide. The difference between holding power slide and holding gas, you can make sharper turns, but there's more range within your turns if you hold power slide while you're supersonic. See how I'm like kind of turning that way and I'm not exiting supersonic? So if I want to make it to the goal. Alright, now the rest of the video is going to be a bunch of Gamesense stuff that shot me up in rank. Trust me. Oh, wow. Look at the team name. So it's a standard map because we're going to be talking about kind of how to play around your teammates. For example, if I'm second man and I'm playing 2s, or especially 3s, and let's say the ball is in the corner. Corner play happening right now. My game just froze. Corner play happening right now. My teammate, he's doing this, right? My teammate is making a challenge, say like a 50 in that corner. The opponent is overcommitted very hard. That's a useless 50. Our corner is a very bad zone for them. Their corner is a very bad zone for us. We don't want to be in their corner, and they don't want to be in our corner. Because if they make a bad 50 here, I have all that space to just turn on. A better way to put this is that in the 50 in the corner, comparing both teams' good outcome of that 50-50, whichever team's corner it is going to have majority of the time a much better outcome. No matter what, taking a 50-50 in your opponent's corner is a high risk, high reward situation. Although it is situational, whatever first man decides to do, a much better option is to try to force the ball using a fake. If your teammate is in the corner, just don't go to the corner. You only need one person in the corner at a time. It's kind of a last resort to like throw yourself in the corner, especially if you're playing 2s. If you're playing 3s and there's 2 of you in goal, say second man here, third man back here, first man makes a really bad 50, goes flying over here for some reason, he's turtling and spinning. Second man can obviously make a challenge on the ball, but as long as one person is still in the goal and there's not multiple people in the corner, then you're a-okay. Once again, just so I can clarify what I mean by this, challenging in your opponent's corner is already a risky situation. If you're defending and the play is in your corner, putting more players in your corner is just going to lessen the risk of your opponent's play. Your opponent's already in a shitty situation, why make it less shitty? Just wait it out, stay in the goal if you're not first man. Like I said earlier, this place is bad for us. We don't really want to be in this corner. You kind of want to avoid making a challenge right here at all times because this is the opponent's corner. Say I'm making a challenger here. No matter what, I don't really have an angle on the goal. I mean, obviously I have this. Like, this is an angle on the goal, obviously. That is the only angle on the goal. The one-dimensional angle, obviously that's where the opponent's gonna sit, right? So there's literally just no reason to make a challenge here. You also don't want to make your attacks from here. I see this so often. It definitely works, but that's kind of because people do not know how to defend for whatever reason. If I've got the ball and I'm trying to pass to my teammate middle, I see so many people just bring it around there. I see people like just do this, like, to pass the ball. That's kind of stupid, I'm gonna be honest. If you're bringing it all the way on their back wall or in their corner to make a pass, if I'm the defender, I'm just gonna stand right here. I know the ball's gonna be on this wall. Hey, it's me again. Just to further drive this point home, all I'm saying is that there are more than one way to pass the ball, or there's more than one way to score the ball. You have many options on the field, especially if you're not playing 1s. If you're playing 3s or 2s, you could score, both of your teammates could score. Look for passes. When you look for passes directly to your teammate's car, that opens more spaces, more options for you to score, as well as more things that the opponent has to think about for them to defend. Because especially if you're in a 2v1, if you're in a 2v1, look for the pass or look for the fake pass. Your teammate could shoot at a spot that's more uncomfortable for the defender. On top of the fact that if you're passing the ball to your teammate will generate more speed on top of the speed of your pass. Just try to get a little creative with it. That kind of comes to the next tip, which is funneling, which is what I like to call it, because you want the ball in this corner. You don't want it in the middle of your goal. It's the opposite on this side. You do not want it in this corner, but you do want it in front of their goal. So that kind of makes a bit of a funnel where the good zone is like a bit of a triangle. This zone is good because it's one of the corners. And then as you get closer to their goal, you want to get more center. You just kind of want to funnel the ball toward, when you're defending, you want to put the ball to the corner and then slowly bring it towards the middle. Or you can quickly just make a pass towards the middle, or you could bring it down and then pass it towards the middle. The reason that I believe your green zone, or your more advantageous spot, funnels more towards the middle as you go towards the opponent's net is because there's more area for you to control when you're in the middle of the field. For example, if you're dribbling the ball down the left wall, all you can go is right or up the left wall, but mainly just to the right. If you start to funnel your play towards the middle of the field, it kind of enables a wider range of the field for your team to use and confuse the opponents to actually get past them and score. That's also assuming first man does know how to get past their person and you guys can actually make a decent pass. Kind of want to make sure you make an advantageous touch. First man has to make a smart advantageous touch. If first man is just like doing whatever the hell this is, right? He's not really trying to help his team. You know, he's not being advantageous. The thing that first man mainly needs to think about is making some sort of a touch that will get him past this first opponent. This includes something like a flick, some sort of a fake, some sort of a touch to where you can either get past your man or past the second man. The solo plays are definitely useful, but like, you're not Zen, pass the ball. You're playing a team game mode, you're playing twos, you're playing threes for a reason. Whenever you have the ball and you're first man, just do your best to watch your opponent. So I have the ball right here. Let's say I'm first man. Watch your opponent. Don't like look at your car. A lot of people when they play, they look at their car and they're like, okay, what am I gonna do to get past this guy? What mechanic am I gonna do? How am I gonna set myself up for a flick? Which is kind of like counterintuitive. You kind of want to make your decision based off of what your opponent's doing. If I'm dribbling the ball right here and my opponent is way the fuck over here, like, I have so much space to think about. I just gotta watch him and wait for his move, because I have full control of the play. If I'm dribbling the ball right here, like, I assume it's on top of my car. I don't feel like putting it on top of my car. If I'm dribbling the ball on top of my car, my opponent is right here. If he's pointing towards me, insta flick it. Just flick it right over him. Hello? Don't dribble it into him. Don't try to do a fake. If he's pointing towards you and you have the ball on top of your car, flick the ball. That also works if you have a bounce dribble and your opponent is close to you and pointing towards you. Flick the ball or shoot the ball. Boom it at an advantageous spot or shoot the ball on target. Because this pointing towards your opponent is a commit. That's the same thing as if I were to just flip for the ball. That's basically a commit because you have your back to your goal. This is what you needed to be defending, and you're facing away from it. Which is why when people shadow, they point right here, because you can turn for the ball, but you're kind of prioritizing your goal. This will help you so much with ones, honestly. If opponent is pointing at the ball, shoot the ball. If he's pointing at the ball and he's all the way back here, don't shoot the ball. Wait for him to make a commit. Just like flipping towards the ball is a commit, pointing towards the ball while you're really close to it is also a commit. That is not applicable if your opponent is pointing towards the ball but they're farther away. Then use your space wisely. If you have space, you have time. Don't want to completely rush the play just because you have the ball. And understand that you do have control of the play. You really just want to make your attacks based on your opponent. If you don't have the ball, and say I'm on orange right now. Let's go on orange. If I'm dribbling the ball like this, challenge me. Ball is like super close to me. I can't do anything useful with it. My range of stuff goes so far down that I can attack with if the ball is right here. If I'm dribbling it super close to my car and it's not on top of my car, challenge me. I can't really do anything. This enables the air as well as the ground. I could drop the ball. But if I have the ball on top of my car, this enables me to put it in the air, because I could flick the ball, I could double jump with the ball. There's so much I could do if I have the ball on top of my car. Don't commit to me. Don't challenge me. If you're pointing towards me, I'm gonna flick the ball. This is something I like to call offense enabled, offense disabled. If the opposing first man has the ball and you can make an advantageous touch, that means offense is enabled. They can flick the ball over you if they have the ball on top of their car. They can get a power shot if they have a bounce dribble going. If not, and the ball is just like rolling really far away from them, or they're dribbling the ball with the ball like literally hugging their nose, then offense is disabled and it's probably safe to challenge. This is something that will genuinely naturally become easier to see the more you play the game, especially if you play ones. And the quicker that you get used to reading whether your opponent has offense enabled or disabled and whether you can or can't challenge, the faster you will play. You will feel like you're playing much faster than the rest of the lobby. So if I'm like this, I'm going towards my own goal. I can't believe it. But if my teammate, my orange teammate is pointing towards me, I'm gonna flick the ball. But if he's pointed away from me, then I'm gonna wait for him to either point towards me or point towards his corner. Anytime where your opponent's back is towards the goal, if I'm pointing away like this, what am I doing? What am I doing? Either face your opponent or face the goal. That's your only two options. If you're pointing to the fucking eggs in the stand, you're cooked. You're cooked. If you're pointing to the eggs in the stand, you're cooked. Like, the ball's over there. When in doubt, point towards the ball. When I say point to the goal, that's assuming you're on the field, right? Because you want to go towards the goal. The reason people shadow pointed towards the goal is because this is where you need to defend. So that's where you want to get to. If you're already at the goal, you either point sideways so that you can defend laterally. Because if I'm over here and they shoot it over there, then, you know. But if I'm pointing towards the goal while I'm in the goal, what am I doing? What am I doing? The only thing I can do is either go for a squishy save or hope that guy cannot shoot and he shoots it directly at me and a backflip. Where you're pointing kind of changes depending on the field. If you're all the way up here, you're either making a fake or you're committing for the ball because you're probably first man. You're right here and the opponent has the ball. Either make a challenge, assuming that they have the ball on the ground like you could see right now. But if they have it on top of their car, point away. If they drop the ball a little bit, then challenge. If they drop the ball, challenge, because any good player is scoring in that situation. If they have it on top of their car right here, they're probably scoring. So you want to try to make the earliest challenge you could possibly make that doesn't like commit you too far and leave you open. Like I said, when in doubt, point towards the ball. That's especially a third man thing. If you're playing threes, when in doubt, point towards the ball. As well as if you're playing threes and you're third, move with the play. If the play's moving forward, you move forward. If the play's moving backwards, then you move backwards, you're third man. That's kind of like your cue. And that's basically it. It was supposed to be a completely different video, but I started yapping about a bunch of Gamesense related stuff. Hopefully that helped. I would greatly appreciate it if you let me know in the comments if this helped any of you guys understand better how to play around your teammates, how to Gamesense, how to play faster. That's the stuff that helped me, so I would hope that it helped you guys, and you know, I'd appreciate it if you like, subscribe, let me know if it helped. Any people who are like higher ranked than me, let me know if I got anything spot on or if I got anything like completely wrong. I'd appreciate that. We're uploading every single day of October, so be ready. Bye, everyone.